Alright, so here we have a sheep brain cut into two halves here. What would cover the brain would be the dura mater on the outside, and then the arachnoid matter, and then the pia mater right along the brain here. So first structure we have to notice here is the cerebellum. This controls balance and muscle coordination. Next we have the cerebral aqueduct that you can see kind of in here. These connect the third and fourth ventricles. Next we have the cerebrum, so there's two halves here that connect and create the brain. Next we have the choroid plexus. This would be kind of right around the middle here. It's just a network of capillaries that contributes to the production of cerebrospinal fluid. Next we have the corpus callosum. This connects the two, so it'd be right here, and with the other one right here. And then we have the cortex, which the cortex is just the outer portion of the brain. Next we have the cranial nerves, so that would be on the inferior portion up here. There's 12 pairs. Pretty hard to distinguish from here, but they control various motor actions. Next we have the cephalon, so that would be kind of connecting the thalamus and the hypothalamus, so in this region. And then we have gray matter, so there's two matters, there's gray and white matter. The gray matter are found in the cerebral cortex of the brain, in the inner portion of the spinal cord, so right here. And then we have the gyrus, so a gyrus would be the folds, so the parts sticking up on the brain. Next we have the hippocampus, so this is below the lateral ventricle, kind of down in this region. Next we have the hypophyse, which is the pituitary gland, so kind of in this region. And then the hypothalamus, which is under the thalamus, so kind of right in here. Next we have the medulla, which is the most inferior portion of the brain stem, so right here. Next we have the midbrain, so that's just between the pons and dicephalon, right in here. Next we have the olfactory bulb, so that would be right here, important for smell. After that we have the optic chiasma, which is the crossing point of optic nerves, so that would be here in the front part of the brain as well. Next we have the pineal body, which is important for sleep, and it secretes melatonin, so that'd be near the back, kind of in here. Next we have the pons, so it'd be like a circular structure right in the middle of the brain, or I'm going to add down a little lower here. Next we have the pineal body, or the sulcus. So the sulcus are the actual grooves, the indentations. I can ride my tool down through there. Next we have the thalamus. So superior to the hypothalamus, it was kind of what I was referring to earlier with the middle part of the brain, fairly distinguishable. Next we have a ventricle. So as you can see, I can kind of stick my tweezer in here. These are important because they're filled with cerebral spinal fluid. And then lastly, we have the white matter, inner portions of the cerebrum and outer portions of the spinal cord. So going to be out along here, the gray matter riding inside. So yeah, that is the brain.